What if I told you that the person you admire the most today once sat in the dark, thinking it was all over? That the success you see was built on 100 failures no one talks about? Stay with me, because this story will change the way you see your own struggles. This is the story of Arjun, a simple boy from a small town. Big dreams, bigger heart. Arjun wanted to become a doctor, not for the money, not for the status, but because when he was 10 years old, he saw his younger sister die in his arms. Because there was no doctor in their village that night that he made a promise. Right there, to himself, to her memory, I will become a doctor. I will save lives. His father was a daily wage laborer. His mother stitched clothes at home. They had nothing except faith in their son. Arjun studied under a streetlight. He walked 6 kilometers to school every day. He didn't have books, so he borrowed them from friends. But he had fire, a fire that refused to die. At 18, he appeared for the medical entrance exam. He failed. Everyone said, Arjun, it's okay. You tried. Now find a job. Help your family. Even his own father said, son, maybe this dream is too big for people like us. But Arjun couldn't forget that night. His sister's face, her last breath. He said, one more year. Just give me one more year. He worked at a tea stall in the morning, studied at night, slept only 4 hours. Second attempt. He failed again. This time, people didn't just advise him. They laughed. 2 times? Arjun, accept it. This is not for you. His friends got jobs, got married, moved on. And Arjun? He was stuck, alone, doubting himself every single day. There were nights when he cried, nights when he wanted to burn his books and just stop. He asked himself, am I a fool? Am I chasing something that was never meant for me? But every time he thought of quitting, he remembered why he started. Third attempt. He gave it everything, every single hour, every ounce of strength. Result day came. He checked his score. He had failed. Again. This time, Arjun broke. He sat on the floor of his tiny room and cried like a child. He felt worthless. He felt defeated. His mother came in. She didn't say a word. She just sat beside him and held his hand. After a long silence, she said, Arjun, do you still want to be a doctor? He nodded, tears streaming down his face. She said, then get up. One more time. That night, something shifted inside Arjun. He realized failure is not the end. Giving up is. He had failed 3 times, but he had also learned 3 times. He knew his weak subjects. He knew his mistakes. He knew what to fix. 4th attempt. This time, he didn't study out of desperation. He studied with clarity. He didn't compare himself to others. He competed with the Arjun from yesterday. Months passed. The exam came again. And this time, when the results were announced, Arjun's name was there. Not at the top, but it was there. He had cleared it. He fell to his knees. He couldn't believe it. His mother hugged him and cried. His father, who never showed emotions, had tears in his eyes. The boy who was called a failure was now a medical student. But here's the most beautiful part of this story. Years later, Dr. Arjun returned to his village. He opened a free clinic. And on the very first day, he saved a little girl's life. A girl who reminded him of his sister. He looked up at the sky and whispered, I kept my promise. So let me ask you something. What if Arjun had quit after the first failure? Or the second? Or the third? He would have lived his whole life thinking, I wasn't good enough. But the truth? He was always good enough. He just needed time, patience, and the courage to try again. Listen, I know life is hard right now. Maybe you failed an exam. Maybe you lost a job. Maybe people don't believe in you anymore. Maybe you're sitting alone wondering if you should just give up. But hear me out. Every single person you look up to has been exactly where you are. Every success story you admire started with failure. The only difference between them and the ones who quit, they got up one more time. Failure is not the opposite of success. It's part of the journey, and your story is not over yet. So if you're watching this right now and you're struggling, let this be your sign. Don't give up. Not today, not tomorrow, not ever, because the world doesn't need perfect people. It needs people who refuse to quit. It needs people like Arjun. It needs people like you. So get up, dust yourself off, and try again. Your breakthrough is closer than you think. If this story touched your heart, share it with someone who needs to hear it today. And remember, never, ever give up.